Hello everybody, this is Libby Bricker with Metabolic Code, thanking you for being here today for this info session. I am just looking at the attendees here, making sure everyone's getting in all right and can hear okay before I get started. I think everyone's audio is picking up. I have not shown my screen yet, so you're not going to see the screen just yet other than the welcome. But again, this is Libby. I'm going to have some members of the team joining me as well to help support me for the Q&A at the end of today's session. What we're going to do is just review some of the key points about what this transition to the updated Metabolic Code platform means to you. So as you have been seeing over the last several weeks in the email correspondence, we have updated to a better version of the Metabolic Code platform with all these new benefits for you to take advantage of. And we have just a few action items for you to complete if you haven't already in order to transition you over so you can start using that. And so those items are the account update form, which is listed in the attachments or the document links as an application, and also the business associate agreement. The earlier versions of the applications that went out excluded the tax ID number. So if you've already turned in your applications, we may still need your tax ID number. So I have added the account update form and the business associate agreement in the handout section of today's presentation. You can download those if you don't have the email handy. Those are right there in the handout section for you to download and return to me. I will also type in the chat the email admin@Metabolic Code is where you can return it, or just directly to my personal email, or our fax number, which is 866-311-8889. I'm going to enter those in the chat. So those are the first things to remember. If you have not already returned the account update form and business associate agreement, please get those turned in right away so we can get you transitioned to the updated Metabolic Code platform as soon as possible. And then just a few reminders of the benefits that you're going to be able to utilize through this is the streamlined ordering and special pricing features, which we have not been able to offer previously. So you now have the ability to offer coupon deals, which will allow you to do different discount levels for patients on these supplements, and also, of course, auto orders. That's been a popular request that we're finally able to bring to you, auto orders of the supplements, so your patients are not running out of products. Also, the orders from the different supplement vendors will now ship in consolidated shipments. So we're really excited about that too. Additionally, you will have your inventory management and monthly reporting at your fingertips through Nutralogics. Also, you will be able to place orders electronically with Quest and Physicians Lab, which is what I'm going to give you a preview of in just a moment. Again, for those of you just joining us, I'm not showing my screen yet, just going over some initial information. Another really exciting feature that we're really looking forward to you experiencing is the ability to view your patient progress as they're working through the process to generate a final metabolic report. So you'll be able to see how far they are through the questions, what has come back on their labs, and then of course when it's finalized to view the finished patient report that you're used to seeing. And as always, the custom nutritional supplement recommendations are still included in the custom protocol on that report. So without any further ado, I will just remind you that the account update form and business associate agreement are available in the handout section of your control panel. If you need quick access to those, please do turn those in, and without any further ado, we will show the updated platform. And please, as we're going through, just enter any questions that you may have into the chat so we can address those at the end. All right, so here we are on the platform, and let me just go back to my dashboard. I was getting a few things ready, so I just want you to see what it'll look like when you first enter into your practitioner account. By the way, if you have not been individually contacted to onboard yet, either we don't have all your paperwork or we just have not gotten to your practice yet, we are doing an onboarding that is in groups. So your group just may not be up to bat yet. So we will be reaching out to you individually to onboard. So here we are on the dashboard. We now have a timeline of events for you to see and monitor recent activities in your platform. So we're logged in as the practitioner here. You can see all the work we've been doing in this demo account. And if you would like to very quickly go back to a portion of the work, you can just click on these. They're links that will take you to that patient record. So here we are. You can see what we're calling orders are the assessments. So we have some pending and canceled assessments here in this patient account, and you can also see another timeline on the right-hand side for this patient. I want to go into a different patient though, Susan, and show you. We also have now a self-help tab. So this is for instruction, step-by-step guides using the platform. Instead of accessing all our instruction through an FAQs document like you're used to, you now have the self-help option. So you get step-by-step guidance to use the platform. And we can click on one just to give you an idea of what this is going to be like, how to edit a patient's profile. You can see you'll get these dialog boxes that point you to the correct place on the screen. So we click patients, we see our next step, choose the patient's name, and we can see how many steps there are and how far we are. Click on edit to edit a patient's profile. So that's initially what we clicked on, and it will guide you through that process. You can edit all the information that you would have initially entered upon registration. So this is a difference. I'm just going to go ahead and close out of the guide. Anytime you are finished using that feature, you can just X out. This is the set of information that you and staff will enter to register patients now. So this is a little bit different process. You'll enter their name, their gender, email, phone number, and date of birth. Of course, this is the same. They have to be 18 years or older to participate. So you will only see the dates of birth go up to 98. But anyway, so this is the set of information that you'll enter. And now this has also been a popular request. Now the patients receive an email that prompts them to complete the questionnaire with a link to that. So it's very simple for them. You control, make sure that the right gender is entered. We've experienced that before where it's been the incorrect gender, and that creates complications with accepting labs. So a lot of problems this is alleviating here by having you register patients. So again, they'll receive an email notification with a link to begin the questionnaire. And I have that pulled up and ready to show you. I resent a patient a questionnaire, and I have that inbox pulled up here. So this comes from Metabolic Code, the link to the questionnaire. Oh shoot, is it gonna let me open it? Maybe so. Maybe my virus, maybe this was the problem I had yesterday. My virus control is preventing me from opening this. And I might have to ask for assistance again, Marta. I know I told you I thought I had that set up correctly to where I could open this link. And for some reason, I think it's not letting me. So it's S. Smith 2016. I was just hoping to show everyone what it's going to look like on the patient side after you register them in the system. They're going to get the link to start the questionnaire, and it's the same two types of reports. You're either going to have a questionnaire only or a questionnaire plus labs. And so this is a biggie here. When you choose questionnaire plus labs now, what you're going to need to submit as far as lab specimens for that patient in order to generate a final report is blood to Quest. You're going to do serum labs through Quest and urine samples to physician's lab. So you will do those in tandem in order to generate a final report. AML, we were not able to interface with AML on this updated platform. So if you have not already onboarded to the updated platform and you're still working in air support, continue to send your labs through AML. If patients have already registered in air support and you have not yet transitioned, continue to send samples through AML. So I am going to see if we might be ready to, oh, okay. I need to resend the notification so that Marta can help us see the patient side of things here. So I'm going back into a patient record. I'm clicking View Details. And if this ever happens to you, this is a good exercise. You can see the patient says I didn't receive my link. You just go in and click the resend option. So I'm resending to S. Smith 2016 at Mailinator so that Marta can help us out. You can see that we have requested these set of labs. So the blood labs are listed at the top, urinary hormones are listed below. So we're getting the hormones through the urinary sample sent to physician's lab. That also includes 4-point salivary or 4-point cortisol, which you're used to doing as salivary through AML. So that's a change as well. So you'll notice these different variations. Again, all great new benefits for you to enjoy, just a little different. And let's see, while we're waiting for her to show us the patient side, if I have a final report to view. So you're going to be able to click into patient's records, view their details. You're still going to be able to see how the questions were answered. Of course, I chose the wrong one. Oh, here, answered. You can see answered, where we click print. So you can see that familiar set of biomarkers and questions that you're used to looking at before you review the reports. So this should look familiar. Biomarkers at the top, same set of biomarkers, height, weight, gender, blood pressure, resting pulse, salivary pH, and then the familiar yes or no questions. And then, of course, we'd be ready then to view a report. But before we do that, it looks like Marta is ready for me to hand over the screen so you can see the patient view when they get that link to the questionnaire. I'm going to hand the screen over and bring up her audio. Thanks, Marta. I still had some trouble today. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. You're probably right. It's a virus there, protection. So here's the link, and this is just a fake inbox. When you click that link, you'll get an email message saying that your practitioner, whoever's listed in the body of the email, has sent you, or actually the patients will get a link in an email saying you have sent them a questionnaire, and then they can click Start Questionnaire. If they have questions, they can contact you because your phone number will be in this email as well as your email address. And so when they click on this, we'll get a preview of what the questionnaire will look like. And again, as Libby just mentioned, you're going to have the same biometric values here for questions 1 through 6. And then if you just scroll through, you can see that we have the same questions as well. And the nice feature here is that after the patient answers maybe a few of these and wants to take a break, they can also hide the answered questions. So as you notice, 1 and 2 went away, and now the rest. So it makes it just a little more manageable. And then they can, of course, see all the questions if they click Show All Questions. And that's about it.
Thank you. Yes, I love that they can see their progress now more prominently. So that's a great new feature. We've kind of restructured the screen to make it easier on patients. So thank you so much, Marta, for showing that. And then, of course, when they're finished, they can submit as usual and see the successful submission. There's also, they can update their profile details. They no longer have a portal to log into, but they can update any profile details if needed, which Marta has her mouse there. Just a few details they can update if necessary, and the ones that you enter in initially. If there was any issue, we don't want to restrict everything. So that's there under the profile information. So I think I will just go ahead and take the screen back and proceed from here. All right, so again, we are on a demo patient who has a report ready. We are in the view details of this report, and we're going to click the view report link. It's going to bring up the same type of file you're used to seeing, the PDF. This should look very familiar. Hopefully you're running lots of these, and we'll continue using these for your patient consultations. Lots of good information here and graphical representations of all this wealth of information that you are trying to impart upon the patient in order to assess their overall health. So all this is going to look familiar, the vitality index and the ranking order of the metabolic triads. We're looking at a questionnaire only report, so we're seeing just the analysis of the questions themselves. We're not looking at a lab combination report today. Of course, the potential drug-induced nutrient depletions are still there, and the custom protocols. So another big point that I want to bring up, the protocols will look a little different. Compounded nutrients recommendations will still be there, so you can see the still point and GluteReg4, those products, compounded nutrients are still there. Now the other vendors are Orthomolecular, Numedica, and Designs for Health. So compounded nutrients, Orthomolecular, Numedica, and Designs for Health are the vendors that you're going to see on the on the supplement recommendations. You will have the ability to then send this protocol to the patient. You can look at the order suggestions, which is going to connect you to these recommendations, the set of recommendations. Right now, you can only remove products, but very soon you will be able to add products from the entire Nutralogics inventory. Over 1,000 SKUs, even if it's not in those 4 vendors that I mentioned in our table of potential recommendations for metabolic code, you will soon have the ability to add products to their recommendations as well. And then you will send those suggestions to the patient to order. And actually you're seeing an error message because on this demo account we still do not have it hooked up. But when you onboard, everything will be hooked up and ready to go. So you will be all set and in sync with Nutralogics, as well as Quest and Physicians Lab. If you will be ordering labs, all of that will be pre-done and set up for you, which is again why it is imperative that we receive your updated account information through the form that is titled MC1 application in the handout section of your control panel, and also the business associate agreement. So that'll just make it so that we have all of the information necessary to have this ready and working the minute that you receive your login for the updated platform. So I just want to go back to the Patients tab, make sure I'm not forgetting any major information that I wanted to share today. When do I onboard? I addressed that. You will onboard and be able to start adding patients when we reach out to you individually. And again, we're doing that in stages, transitioning all of you existing subscribers over. And then you'll be able to do that quick registration process that I mentioned with this set of details for the patients. Click Create. That creates the new patient record. And then you have the ability to order the type of report. So new order is with labs. New order without labs is over here. The panel prices are very similar. I will show you those. You now have the option to order platinum. So that is something I forgot to mention. I'm glad we're going back over these main things we need to communicate today. So you now have the ability to order the platinum panel. The silver, gold, and platinum are a little bit different than what you're used to. So just click on the panel to see the pricing, or click off of it to remove it. It's going to update over in the outcome here on the right-hand side of the screen. So you can see that the silver is very comparably priced as what compared to AML, what you're used to was $290, now it's $300. And you can see what tests are included by clicking the information icon and expanding the panel. Here at the top, you're seeing the blood tests through Quest and the hormone panel at the bottom through Physicians Lab. All right, I will close that. So this is the electronic ordering that we were mentioning in the beginning. You no longer have to complete a paper requisition for the patients to send with the lab specimen. You will simply order when you place the order for the report with labs here in the platform itself. Here you'll enter in insurance information if applicable. Choose from a list of diagnosis codes. So you can process this with the codes that you have specified. It's going to, when you click submit, generate a receipt for the patient. after you can fill out the rest of the information. It's going to generate a receipt for the patient. They can call into their insurance and get information with those diagnosis codes for an idea of what can be covered, of course, if they've met their deductible and all the ducks are in a row there. You do not have to enter a credit card. If you choose the cash option, we will charge your practitioner account on file, and you will then take the payment from the patient in office. Let's see, what else do I want to, trying to address some of the questions that also came up yesterday in the Q&A, just to try and cover all the bases. Oh, okay, I did want to point out you will not have a report fee because this is an old demo patient. You're seeing a report fee. Your patients do not have a report fee. This will appear as 0 or be removed completely as soon as we get that updated. Finances, this is just showing all of the orders that have gone through previously. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard and hang out there and take a look at your questions that are coming through. Can patients choose to use their insurance for these labs through Quest? Yes, it's similar to what you're used to through ordering through AML. So they can choose to use their insurance, of course, depending on all the details of their coverage and plans, and if they've met their deductible or not, and just all of those factors. The coverage, cannot be guaranteed before testing. So we have that cash price as an option, the $300 for the silver panel, and so on for the gold and platinum. But there is the ability that now to enter all of that information into the platform itself, the insurance information, if they choose to go through insurance. Yes, you're welcome. Looks like we have a lot of people in attendance today, so I don't want to close out prematurely before everyone gets a chance to enter their questions. But I know we are coming up on the end of the half hour, so we'll take just a couple more minutes to see what comes through. Please use the chat to communicate any questions, and we'll address those to the best of our ability. Will the lab cost billed to insurance be more than the cost price? I believe so. Yes, I believe so. And unfortunately, we don't have the other team member on who has a lot more information than I do regarding insurance coverage. I don't think she is on today, but we will have all of this information outlined for you in the future when you are onboarded. Can you discuss how lab ordering will occur online? Yes, so there are a couple things I did not mention about lab ordering. So when you place a new order, that's going to trigger not only the questionnaire link to the patient, but also the requisitions will be emailed to them to take to Quest. It will also trigger a 24-hour urine collection kit to be mailed to their house. The requisitions will be sent, a set of 2, and a 24-hour urine collection kit will be sent to their home. So again, those are to be done in tandem to generate a final report. There is an ability to add standalone lab tests, but if you cannot order them through Quest, if you are wanting to add them from another lab company other than Quest or or the physician's lab urine tests, we are not interfacing yet with them. So AML is not on this interface until you're transitioned. Continue using AML with air support. But we will continue to add more labs just as we have always said. But if it's through another company, there is not a spot to hand enter those. So you can add standalone lab tests to the silver, gold, or platinum panel, but at a minimum, silver, gold, or platinum must be ordered, and then you can add standalone tests to those through Quest. Would it be possible to directly link a suggested supplement on the report to the Nutralogics shopping basket? Yes, that is set up, and it is the part that I could not connect to because this demo account isn't connected to a real Nutralogics account. But let me just show you in the patient record, when you view the details of their finished questionnaire or finished report, you can see up here the order suggestions will be linked. What is in order suggestions is going to be all the products that were listed on their report as potential items for their protocol. So those are already linked to the Nutralogics database. And then when you have the protocol looking how you want it to look, once you've removed any that they're not going to start out with, you can send those suggestions to the patient and they get an email to order. If the patient's insurance only pays for labs through a particular lab, that is not Quest, they will pay out of pocket cash price through Quest. They will take those requisitions to Quest and pay the upfront cash price. So silver is $300 and change, gold is $336.91, and platinum is $373.68. So very reasonable pricing that Quest has set up especially for our metabolic code practitioners. That would be without insurance pricing. There are a lot of new products. Will we be getting any more info on these products, especially those on the suggested lists? That would be a good webinar. Yes, I agree. We do have a team member with more information on the supplements. I don't see that his audio is connected for some reason, but maybe he can type to me in the chat if we have that list of potential recommendations for metabolic code reports. I know that was brought up yesterday, and Alicia mentioned that we could get that list, and maybe Alex could type to me in the chat if that is ready and when we could share that. But I agree. A lot of new products that you will need more info on. Metagenics products are still in Nutralogics inventory. They're just not in the table of products that could potentially be recommended on the metabolic code report. So they're not totally gone. They're still, eventually you'll be able to add those into the protocols like I was mentioning. Right now you can only take away products, but soon you'll be able to add products from the entire Nutralogics inventory. And again, same question was asked yesterday for more information on what supplements could potentially be recommended. So that's all I was wondering if in the last 24 hours, if Alex may have been able to get that together and has any information on when I can share that of the products that are the potential metabolic code recommendations, and as well the entire Nutralogics storefront where they see all those products. I'm not sure if there's a time frame, but it looks like he's possibly typing to me now on the lists of supplements that are available to the practitioners, Alex. I don't see that Alex has provided any other information, but we do know that all of the practitioners are wanting more information on the list of potential products that will be recommended, especially since they're new vendors now. So we're on that, and it looks like that might be wrapping it up for the questions today. So to all of you who came today, I appreciate you being here. We all do. Thanks to the Metabolic Code team members who helped me out today. Appreciate it. And just remember, those handouts are there before I close the session. If you need to download those, check out the control panel. Yes, even if you have already signed up, this meeting is for all existing Metabolic Code subscribers. Even if you've already signed up initially and provided credit card information, address, all of that, we're just confirming that we still have the most up-to-date information, and then we'll be able to use that payment information to connect your Nutralogics and lab accounts. If you are already linked to Quest on your EMR, I do not think that any of the data points will, I'm seeing another question that came through. I do not think that any of the data points individually will automatically go into your EMR. So I believe it's going to be similar to what you're used to now, where you will just upload the PDF report into your EMR. But I can also verify that as far as EMR integration if you're already linked to Quest. I don't think that we have that set up to interface individual data points. I believe it will still be a manual upload of the PDF document of the Metabolic Code report. And I don't know a time frame on when future labs will be integrated. Unfortunately, I do not have a time frame. But when can you get into the new updated platform that we've shown today? That is also another good question. Over these upcoming weeks, we'll be reaching out. We initially wanted to have the majority on by the end of July or in the beginning of August. I do not know how closely we'll be able to stick to that for everyone, but that is the intention, the end of the month or the beginning of next to be onboarded. And again, we'll be reaching out. So keep working on air support as you're used to doing. Keep working on air support and sending labs through AML if you're registering patients for Questionnaire plus labs on air support until we are able to transition everyone. And just let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. I'm still your main point of contact, so let me know if you have any questions. And again, I appreciate everyone's attendance today. We'll be reaching out. Okay, so let's see. It looks like another last question coming through. Will we be able to work on some dummy patients to work on the suggested supplements? Of course. Anyone you want to set up as a dummy patient, you can always do that as soon as you're onboarded, but you do have to wait until you're onboarded. Can you send a list of new costs and covered tests? When will you be able to demo Nutralogics? Nutralogics will be demoed during your onboarding webinar. That is the plan that I am told. When will you be able to demo Nutralogics? Yes, I'm told that you will see that during your onboarding session. And hopefully that is still the case, and I will confirm. And we will get lists of further information as far as lab testing cost, supplement lists, all of that as soon as possible. There are no changes to your own costs. Your subscription fees are the same. So what you're paying now, if you are subscribed to the Lifestyle Guidance Portal, you are receiving a little bit lower rate for the assessment platform. So as long as you're still subscribed to that, your monthly cost stays the same. There should be no changes to your practitioner monthly costs. And again, even though you're seeing a report fee shown during this demo, your patients do not have a report fee. So no changes to your cost structure as far as those things go. No changes. So all great questions. We'll get more information as it comes and as we're able to share documented lists and things. We will certainly get those out to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. We appreciate you being here, and we'll be in touch very soon.